Welcome to Flying Wheels. My name is Craig from Flying Wheels, and this is my 2013 Ford Mustang GT with a 5-liter Coyote motor and a 6-speed manual transmission that I paid just $4,590 for. We're talking 400 horsepower rear-wheel drive car for under $4,500. As you can see, it is rough and it is ugly. And in today's video, we are going to not only bring this thing back to life, we are going to sell it for a profit. Wait a minute, we're gonna have a little bit of fun with it, and then we are going to sell it for a profit. My name is Craig from Flying Wheels. This is our newest project. I told you we're going back to the basics, and we're gonna make a ton of money on this car. Let's get going. And I just bought something that I'm probably gonna regret, but it could be a fun project. Let's go check it out. What I bought, I will tell you it has a reconstructed title. I will tell you it is a manual transmission, and I will also say that it is a V8. And I'm also gonna say that it should, hopefully, fingers crossed, be a good time. Ready? 3, 2, 1. This right here, I bought a 5-liter Coyote Mustang GT with terrible wheels. And kudos to the alignment guy, because these tires are bald. Whoa, I have never seen a tire ridden on an edge for so long that it left a lip. That is ridiculous. Hate the wheels. It does have a reconstructed title. Mirror is falling off. That's glass panel roof. Silly side scoops. This should be silver. Hate that it's black. I was hoping it was like a, what is that spray stuff that people spray on their cars? Not like vinyl, whatever. Coyote decal. Hate the wheels. Bumper can be fixed. Headlights can be polished. This can be painted. And fender, I'll probably get a replacement fender for a silver Mustang instead of having to paint one, because I don't have a paint shop here. It doesn't actually look that bad. It's filthy and it's rough, but with a different set of wheels, maybe some factory wheels and tires, or even just get rid of these points and paint the wheels silver. The tires are the wrong size. I think it's gross, and this is a common Mustang problem. We'll put some adhesive here. We'll clean it up. That looks like mold. Afraid to sit on it. Look at how worn the suede is on the steering wheel. This thing is disgusting. I don't even really want to touch it. But here is why I bought it. Ready? Oh my goodness, that is a stiff clutch. Ugh. I guess we'll be doing a battery too. Darn it. Here's why I bought it. It has a very healthy sounding 5-liter V8 with a manual transmission. Honestly, the engine and transmission is worth the $5,000 that I spent on this car, and that's why I bought it. If somebody wanted to do an engine swap, perfect swap vehicle right here, but we can bring this thing back to life and sell it, and I think we'll do really well with it.
2 weeks later.
It's been 2 weeks. It's been kind of a long story, but this Mustang is at the auction and we are here to pick it up. Let's see if we can get her fired up. Honestly, for the money, I feel like that engine and transmission are worth what I paid. For a long time, LS1 manual transmissions were worth $7 grand just for engine and transmission because of all the swaps. Now Coyotes are that. So I feel like this was a no loss scenario. Let's put positive on the positive. If you were just a little bit longer. See if we can get some juice and hear that Coyote roar. Howl. Howl. Coyotes howl. All right, let's go, baby. Wow, that clutch is stiff. Nothing. There we go. Whoa. Wow. That is loud. So let's take a second and go over the specs of the 5-liter Coyote Ford Mustang GT and why this car is so cool. So when I was in high school, I had a 1969 Ford Mustang. It had a 302 cubic inch V8. That is considered a 5-liter engine. Now that 302 V8 lasted into the 70s, and then they used the 302 displacement into the 80s, which they then called the 5.0. Now they came back with the 5.0 for this generation Ford Mustang, and this 5-liter had a dual overhead cam V8 known as the Coyote naturally aspirated engine. It had 420 horsepower at 6,500 RPMs, and that's on premium fuel. 390 foot-pounds of torque at 4,250 RPMs. It came with an optional 6-speed manual transmission or a 6-speed automatic selection.
shift. Now, if you know Mustangs, you know they only come in rear-wheel drive. And this car did 0 to 60 in 4.9 seconds and had a top speed of 146 miles per hour. It runs a quarter mile in 13.5 seconds at 108 miles an hour, and that's reported on independent tests. Now, it has a combined fuel economy of like 16 to 19 miles per gallon, but gets upwards of 25 to 26 miles per gallon on the highway, depending on which transmission it has. Now, the manual coupe like I have weighs 3,600 pounds and seats 4 passengers. It also comes with independent rear suspension and a rear limited slip differential. What's neat about this car is the track app's performance monitoring with G-forces, acceleration, and braking. It also has selectable electric power assist steering. Now, here are 5 interesting facts about the 2013 Ford Mustang GT 5-liter. The 5-liter Coyote V8 made a notable jump in power for 2013. So the GT's 5-liter engine was tuned around 420 horsepower, which was a bump over the prior year's output and helped modernize the Mustang's performance and appeal. The track apps that I told you about debuted as a built-in performance tool, and Ford added a feature that lets drivers time their own runs from 0 to 60 and quarter mile. It measures G-forces and records braking distances, which is pretty cool for track enthusiasts. Now, 2013 also featured a pretty cool mid-cycle facelift. The 2013 model received updated exterior styling, including changes to the lights and to the grille, an improved shifter, and interior amenities compared to the S197 Mustangs before that. Now, Ford did offer a GT track package with upgrades like engine cooling, a Torsen limited slip differential, Brembo braking, and summer performance tires for like the more serious drivers. Obviously, we know that Mustang's popularity on social media is huge. It's actually known for their crashes and accidents and fails. But around this era of the Mustang, Ford pointed out that the Mustang was one of the most liked sports cars on Facebook, showing how cultural enthusiasm for this model extended far beyond just the dealership. Now, we obviously know that the competitors are the Camaro SS and the Challenger RT.
Here we go. She's tucked away. Going back to our shop to get reconned. Dead on arrival. She will not run right now, but she will shortly. Interior, disgusting. Smells like a monkey's ass. Suede steering wheel, coming apart. But look at the dirt on the seats right there. Going to the back, we have a side scoop. Why did somebody paint the side black? That is awful looking. Rear looks to be in fairly good shape. Quarter panel, also in good shape. Wheels, still terrible. Going to the inside, we have like lots of dirt hardened onto the paint of this car. That's not just going to be a car wash. This is peeling off right here, per the norm with Mustangs. Leather interior, disgusting. Can we bring this back to life? Hopefully. Going to the rear, not nearly as bad as the front. Windows have been down for quite some time. We have some dirt everywhere. And if you look, the suede is just terrible. Can we just peel this so it's in good shape? Like maybe take a razor to clean it up. Maybe take a fire to flame to it. I don't really know. We're going to figure out how to make this look better. We have a shaker sound system. We have a 6-speed manual transmission, 180 mile an hour speedometer. This might be the cheapest 400 horsepower I have ever found in my life. Now, without further ado, we got to get this thing running. I know the battery is stone dead. It has been for a while. Me and my assistant are going to put a battery in it. All right, so we're going to drop it in here, try to maneuver it in, and it's not going to be easy, and I might say some F words. I'm going to swear at some GMF. Oh, God. And then take it to the car wash just so we have a blank slate. We're gonna have a clean slate to get going on this thing. You know what I'm just realizing as well, per the norm in Florida, this Mustang has no mufflers. These things sound amazing, but when you remove the mufflers, they sound god awful. And because there's no state inspections in Florida, every Mustang owner removes the mufflers, and these things sound horrendous. You can hear them from a mile away. I forget what this car sounds like, so as soon as we drop that battery in, you're gonna find out with me how loud this car actually is. All right, B-Man, that's probably an 8mm socket. Yeah. So use the socket set, 8mm here, 8mm here. Remove both posts with that toolkit right there. I'm going to inflate this tire while you do that. Almost done. While Brady tightens up the negative terminal, he just learned a pain in the butt lesson, which was what, Brady? Don't kick the socket wrench. And I just said, make sure the lid is closed and locked, because one kick of this, and then when these are all out of place, it's a lot of work to put back in place. Lesson learned? Yep. Apparently not, because you left it open. Battery's in and it's held down. Have you ever driven a standard transmission before? Nope. All right, now you're gonna learn. Okay. Hop in the driver's seat. Oh God. I just clicked the remote. Actually, click the remote real quick. Make sure we have power. I want to see the lights flash. Hit unlock twice. Bingo, we're good. All right, make sure it's in neutral by sitting in the passenger seat first. Oh, I said passenger seat. Sit in the driver's seat. You were right and I was wrong. Sit in the driver's seat first. All right, get your seat as far forward to make you comfortable. You feel good?
Oh, I forgot there's 3 pedals.
Make sure it's in neutral. Neutral means you can shake that hand shaker all the way side to side. It's not in gear?
Nope.
Okay, clutch in all the way. Left pedal.
Yep.
Key in. You're sure the clutch is in all the way, not the brake, right? Farthest to the left?
That's the clutch.
Okay, key in. Ignition on, and then turn it on. Shut that radio off. Yeah, that button. Okay. Where's your foot? Stay right there. Yeah, you're on the clutch. Is it pushed in as tight as you can get it with those slippers? I just saw it go down even more. Push it as hard as you can. Now turn the key. Those little chicken legs aren't doing much. All right, hop out. Hold this. Let's see. We have 3 pedals. Gas, brake, clutch. Clutch in to the floor, so I feel the floor. My GoPro battery's dying and I have to go pick up my kids from school, so I'm actually gonna put this in the trailer and continue this in the next segment, which will be tomorrow.
The next day.
It is officially time to show this Mustang some love. We have a broken bumper, broken fender on that side. We have a little bit of fiberglass. Take 80 from 200, you got yourself a deal. What movie? All right, this car I bought 8 months ago has been sitting like that. I just move it around and listen to the wide open exhaust and it makes me smile. There is no state inspection laws in Florida. And this car has no mufflers. It's just a straight exhaust to a dump out in the rear. Now, being from Florida, there is 0 rust under this car, and these have an independent rear suspension. So we're gonna upgrade the suspension, we're gonna upgrade the exhaust, we're gonna clean this car up. I might have overdone it a little bit because all of this is getting installed on the Mustang thanks to my friends at Flash Shark. I might have gone overboard a little bit on their website. So Flash Shark makes all kinds of aftermarket components for not just Mustangs, but for all types of vehicles. They even make stuff for my Bronco. But I got myself some Speelab exhaust tips. Now, they did the exhaust cutouts on one of my Mustangs years ago. Speaking of exhaust cutouts, we got 2 exhaust cutouts because I absolutely love the way that Mustang sounds with a wide open exhaust. But I don't want to drive that way all the time. But if I want the option, boom, I just click the remote from inside my car and it opens up the valve right here in this exhaust cutout and this exhaust cutout. And I have long tube headers to my exhaust cutouts, to the exhaust tubes, and they made the exhaust pipes fit to my Mustang to 2 Flash Shark mufflers. So this is going to sound so amazing. Now, if that isn't enough, I also got myself a rear diff cover, so we'll replace the rear diff fluid. And then we got Flash Shark coilovers, rear and front. Now, these are adjustable coilovers. Now, the long tube headers came with the gaskets and all of the hardware right here. All of this is going in that Mustang out there. This is a lot of stuff. I'm really excited about this. I haven't had a car project in quite some time, and I still get to hear how it sounds now, but with a clean exhaust, clean undercarriage. Now, this car came from Florida too, so there's no rust. Now, a 2013 Mustang from where I'm from in New England, this would be gone. Now, I did just kind of mock up the exhaust right here, but it also came with other accessories. I'm gonna need extensions and different pipes and connectors. It came with everything. This is all from the Flash Shark website. I am so pumped about this. We're gonna start with a blank slate. We're gonna clean this car up first and you're gonna do it with me. But before we go to the car wash, I want you to listen to this because it makes me smile so much. Insert male into female, clutch in, turn 2 times. It's annoying and it's so loud and it's just a disturbance everywhere I go, but I almost don't want to change it. Why do men love loud exhaust so much? It's so tacky when cars are going by me and annoying, yet I also like to be that tacky and annoying person. I have no idea why. All right, there is a funk, a filth, a film all over this car. It is just generally disgusting. So let's start with a clean slate. Before we take it to the mechanic to have him go through it, let's just kind of clean this car up and see if we can make it like a little bit more presentable. First things first, rather than like going at it with wheel and tire cleaner and like ionizers and all the other, I'm just using an engine degreaser. Just a foaming engine degreaser on the engine and the entire car. And I'm gonna give it a good scrub because you can see all like mold, mildew, just dust, debris has sat on this car for a long time. 6 months I've owned it and I haven't done anything with it. So we're gonna start with this and we're just gonna see how clean we can get these wheels and the fenders and the bumpers and the hood and underneath the hood too. So here's the engine now. This is the before. Look at it, pay attention to it, enjoy it, appreciate it. And in a few minutes, this car is gonna look very, very different, I hope. So we're gonna let that sit for a few minutes. I think I got it just about everywhere. And you can start to see it foaming and just cleaning a little bit of everything. Now let's spray it all over the car. We're gonna get the wheels. Oh man, auto detailers are gonna hate this. What, I'm just giving it a foamy wash. I'm gonna get the whole car. And yes, for those haters and trollers asking, we will do a headlight correction in this video too. And for anybody asking, yes, I did buy 2 cans. Looking at the headlights, it looks like it's getting a lot of the oxidation right off. Wow. And there we go, $13 later, it looks like this. This is what the engine looks like $13 later. And I swear that engine degreaser cleaned up my headlights. I can't believe it. The wheels, better, ready for sanding, ready for paint. And the body, all the extra debris is gone. So pretty pumped about that. Now we're gonna go to a second car wash, which is right up the street, so we can make this look better for the low price of $10. So I just found my buy slip. I bought this in January 21st, 2025. I'm excited to finally get to it. All right, now let's just start by cleaning the interior out. That's the next step. This is the before. We're gonna throw everything out. We're gonna clean it with all the car cleaning products that the next car wash has. So next scene, this should look a heck of a lot better. All right, I want your opinion. What is running out of these floor mats? What is that? It was way worse a minute ago, so bad that I had to get my camera. It was dark brownish red, and it's just pouring out of the floor mats. Look at how filthy these back seats were. You can see the seatbelt line right there. And if I scrub it, that's all dirt and grime. It's so gross. So I'm just gonna keep scrubbing it. Look at it run down right there. The whole car looks like this. Then I'll just wipe it off. That's the after. Wow. It begins. There are our Flash Shark parts right there, and going underneath, it's so great to see a car that's rust-free. Now this thing has no exhaust, like no mufflers, no cats, all the way to headers. So those are the headers that were on it originally, well, aftermarket, and we're gonna replace them with these right here. And then just the floorboards are perfect. Pads and rotors look good. No ripped boots, tie rods look okay. Rear pads look like they were just replaced. So here is the before, and we're going to go a little bit lower than stock ride height. So we'll drop it just a little bit too. So the Mustang is done, and before I get into how much it cost to do this, let's get underneath it and check it out. Now, I got a new mirror for it for the passenger side. I guess I'm gonna do seat covers. I mean, these seats came out way better, but I don't wanna repair that. And they're all dried, like all the tannins and everything. The fabric is all really hard, so it's not soft or supple like leather should be anymore. I think they make a product that removes all of this stuff from suede, so we're gonna try that. And then we'll get a new shifter knob too. This is really, really beat up, so we'll get a new shifter knob for it. I'm going to just remove that headliner right there. The engine looks incredible. I did such a great job detailing this thing. Unreal. It looks like a brand new car underneath the hood. The headers, if you can see them down there, look great. New battery, new coilover suspension, and if I look through the wheels, I should be able to see my Flash Shark coilovers. Yep, they're in there. Now I haven't heard this thing run yet, so let's get underneath it and see what it looks like from underneath. There we go, all the way back. They welded everything instead of using the clamps, so that's nice. And then I have my Flash Shark mufflers right there, to my exhaust tips right there, my Speedlab exhaust tips right there on both sides. And you can see they did the diff cover, all new diff fluids, and the exhaust coming down under the gas tank right there. So it's all cut to fit. So it's sent right out to me like that to fit in there. I haven't heard this thing run yet, so let's see how it sounds. That is a heck of a lot cleaner than it sounded before. I officially lost exhaust on that Mustang. I did so well on it. I bought it so right. I don't know, there might still be some money in it, but so we did an oil change. We did a rear diff cover and drain the fluid and fill, obviously. We did headers, H-pipe exhaust to 2 mufflers and 2 tips. It took them a month. It sat there for so long. It took them a month to do it. And they charged me $3,000. So I paid like $4,000 and change for that entire car. And then I paid them $3,000 to install the exhaust. Also coilovers. They also installed the coilovers. So $3,000 installed coilovers and exhaust, which is awesome. But it, unfortunately for me, doesn't make that car more valuable. Like, I'm not going to get $3,000 extra dollars because it has new coilovers and new exhaust. So from a car sales and profit standpoint, it's not worth me replacing. Like, the suspension was fine. I didn't need to replace the coilovers. The rear diff fluid was fine, but I had the cover. It's worth doing. Whoever buys it now has new fluid in the rear diff. Oil change, obviously, we got to do. Exhaust, it had no mufflers on it. So for a flip point, I should have just replaced the mufflers. But from a cool aspect, if it was my own car, that exhaust and coilovers are awesome. But that place took a month and then just charged me without telling me. I should have, how do you ask? Because they charged me hourly. I provided all the parts for the exhaust. I didn't know that shop would charge me $3,000 to install them, which is just going to kill all of my profits. There is, I don't know what's left. We'll see at the end. I mean, there's still some money, but that $3,000 could have been $3,000 in my pocket if I just did a $500 pair of mufflers. This is where I miss having my own shop. I just lost all my profits, and they took them. That really sucks. So it turns out the rear wheel in the Mustang has a crack in it, so I was going to buy 4 new tires and paint those rims black. It's actually just cheaper to buy a used set of wheels with good tires. So go on Marketplace, Wranglers, Jeep Wranglers, any Chevy pickup truck or Cadillac or GMC truck, SUV, and then Ford Mustang wheels. Like, you can find dozens of pairs on Marketplace. So I went on Marketplace, we found a set here, I think off a GT, so we're gonna go check them out now. So the Mustang is coming along pretty well. We're already probably 30 minutes into this video. I'm not gonna leave you on any cliffhangers. Here's where we are right now. We have the engine clean, new battery. We have new exhaust thanks to Flash Shark. We have new coilovers all around thanks to Flash Shark. We have our new wheels and tires on, which aren't as wide as these, not nearly as wide, but it's coming back to stock. So we're looking like a stock factory car, which is great. In our next video, we're gonna decide if we're going to do seat covers or if we're going to replace or repair the seats. We're also gonna use a clay bar, a compound, and a polish to see if we can bring the paint back to life. Did put new lug nuts on it. Now you'll notice these splines right here. These are called spline drive sockets. So they're basically wheel locks. So they're wheel locks for every lug nut instead of having your regular lug nuts and then one singular wheel lock. Oh, it's important to keep the key, your spline drive socket, in your glove box or somewhere with your car, because if you lose this and you go get your car serviced or tires replaced or even rotated, if they can't find this key, they're not going to be able to remove those lug nuts. Now, as far as the roof goes, you can see right inside the car and right above the car, I removed that sunshade. It was not repairable. It's gone now, and I think it looks pretty good the way it is. Next video, we're gonna get a new shift knob as well. And we're also gonna go back to Project Lift to just finish this car up in its entirety. I also told you I am going to replace this fender, so we removed the original fender, and I was able to find a factory fender in this color from a junkyard. It's on its way right now, and we'll install that as well. That way we don't have to buy a brand new one that comes in black and then paint it to match this silver, which will never happen because this car is, what, 13 years old? That's faded silver. I'll never match the silver on this car. You'll always know that this car has a painted fender. So we bought a used one instead, which should match a little bit better. You guys pick on me for my headlight corrections, but they look so good. I didn't have to replace them. We just did a repair and they look awesome. Now my problem here is the installation for the exhaust and coilovers cost me $3,000. I only paid $4,500 for the car, and this is why it's so important to get a price in advance. The shop had the car for over a month, almost a month and a half. This car sat at the repair shop, and then after I got it back, they charged me $3,000 to do the work because I provided all the parts thanks to Flash Shark.
Now, I'm into this car for $7,500 plus the battery plus our time, which is still a great deal on a 400 plus horsepower Mustang GT, but that $3,000 was all my profit. So I'm at the point, do I turn this into a drift car and enjoy it myself? Or do I try to sell it when we're done with it? It's probably gonna be worth $10,000, $11,000, $12,000 when it's finished. I'm curious to know what you guys think. So part 2, we're gonna finish this car up and hopefully have a decision, which I will take into consideration based on how you comment. Should we build a drift car out of it and then I have a 400 horsepower toy for under $10,000? Or do we sell it, make a profit and move on? Profit's always nice. And I also don't have a lot of space, but the car makes me happy. I don't know, what would you guys do? Thanks for watching, always. Tell me what you liked, what you didn't like, and a thumbs up just really is helpful for our video's performance. Thanks for your support, thanks for watching. I'll see you all in part 2. Adios. So these came off something that's pretty cool in the garage, what looks to be a 67 or a 68 fastback. However, it's not that at all. No shit. This Jeep Wrangler top is really becoming a pain in the butt, taking up space. I have all the parts I need for this Mustang.